The human race has betrayed me for one final time, and they must be punished. Humans think and scheme and betray to understand why they all must die. For we are about the business of wiping humanity from the earth. We will scour them off the land. We will continue to use the Night Hordes, all the creatures of terror that humanity once drove away. The way men do. That woman was the only reason on Earth for me to tolerate human life. There are no innocents, not anymore. Any one of them could have stood up and said, no, we won't behave like animals anymore. I am Vlad Dracula Tepesh, and I have had enough!
Welcome to Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, where I'll literally be living in the shadows. Are you ready to see a lifeless build that'll drain you for all you're worth? Who am I, the taxman?
FBI, open up!
I'm kidding. I won't take your soul, just your health. As I awoke from my 1,000-year nap, the world was covered in shadow.
Yes! Hell yeah!
This means I can finally leave the man cave, already touching more grass than I do in real life. More importantly, I can start to regain some of my past powers by picking up the Reduvia. Now this is just the start of a build that goes absolutely crazy later on. But if I want to roam in the daylight, I'm going to need some clothes. Or should I say, someone else's clothes.
Huh?
By making my way to Shadowkeep, I came across Bone and Flesh,
Man blood.
aka Ansbach. Now I have you in a corner. Prepare to be the first man. I suck.
What did he say?
Phrasing is something I should probably work on. The drip is about to be immaculate. Pairing it with the Confessor hood to
add a little bit of spice.
all that was left to do, pick up the beast claws, and Melania's Great Rune. Melania, I am going to suck your blood. Most normal Dracula impression. I can't believe our first fight is Melania. Absolute diabolical work. We're after her Great Rune because it's actually a really cool addition to this build. If you didn't know, when Melania's Great Rune is active, when we deal damage, our health regenerates, replicating a blood-sucking effect. And who better to suck than Melania, am I right? Even if it does give me Scarlet Rot. Also, the damage right now, kinda going crazy. This is why we love DLC builds. Not to mention her poise is super low, so we can just kinda stun lock her out of every move she wants to do. As long as she doesn't go up for Waterfowl, it's pretty much a free fight. Oh my god. You poor thing. And to think her Great Rune is gonna make us even more busted.
Extraordinary. The mark of a true lord.
Now it's time to put it to the test by facing our first boss of the DLC, Relana. Alright boys, listen up. We've all seen those cool builds on YouTube, just to find out they take a crap ton of skill to pull off. This is not one of those builds. I want to show you, even if you're bad at Elden Ring, you can pretty much power through everything this game throws at you. Will the fight look pretty? Absolutely not. Will other players respect your skill? God no. But will you laugh in the face of the bosses as you finally claim victory? Fuck yes you will! The true power of a left trigger build. A certified banger that requires next to no skill. But wait, what if I told you there's an even bigger revelation in this video? Something I've never done before. Explain the build. Holy shit! He actually remembers to include the build details?
It's a Christmas miracle.
I'm going to do this while fighting the Divine Lion, because let's be real, this boss is so bad, IGN would probably give it a 9.
Are you sure about that?
Let's start with our buffs. First up we have Golden Vow on a dagger, and then Flame grant me strength for that extra physical damage. Next up is our drip. As you've already seen, we took Ansbach out for his set, pairing it with a Confessor hood. So how do we use it? Well, one of our main weapons is the Reduvia, which we use as a quick way to proc bleed, buffing our talismans. Which I leave right there, by the way. And now for the fun part. With the Beast Claws, we absolutely tear through the boss, just like my therapist does my life, after I tell him my favourite game is My Bestie is a Femboy Streamer. He says I'm clinically insane, but personally, I just call it based. Whilst doing all this, Malenia's Great Rune should be working overtime in the background, which will heal your health quicker than the boss can deplete it. And finally, a massive shout out to Clanky Mocha, who gave me the entire inspiration for this build. He said it was cool I could use it, so thanks to him for being such a chill guy. And now I've explained the entire build to you, I'm gonna add more stuff to it.
What?
Never let them know your next move type moment. We're adding the items that give this build its style. I mean, they don't call it Fashion Souls for no reason. Those items being Blood Boon, which you can get at Round Table for Morg's Remembrance, Dragon Claw at the Communion, and Swarm of Flies. Born to wear a badass cape casting bleed spells, forced to wear jeans. God damn, society is so cooked. But something that will push us forward is defeating Commander Gaius to claim the shadow fragments he protects. Now my plan for this was to get a cool kill using the spells, but this Hog Rider had God on his side. I swear to God, that right there, that was the run of dreams. Oh, I was feeling it. If in doubt, whip the Reduvia out. It's easy to use, it doesn't let you down or crash your game. Good old Reduvia. The Reduvia is like my first love. You see how quick it's draining him? Such an underrated weapon. Pick up those runes while we're at it. Picks up 0 runes. Nice. That's the second bleed. No! It was going so well. First the Hog Rider takes my base in Clash of Clans. And now he's taken my hitless fight. What a fiend. Good fight, my friend. You fought well. GG's. With Commander Gay down, Mesmer was next.
Mother, wouldst thou truly lordship sanction in one so bereft of light?
But I still need a way to deal with those quicker movesets, so I picked up the Raging Beast Ash of War before facing my next foe. Now that we have this Ash of War, let's just say the beast is officially inside me. I'll be real, I haven't played Elden Ring's DLC in around 2 months, so I'm a tad rusty on the pacing of everything. But I'm so excited to show off how unbelievably cool this Ash of War is. I feel like someone's just flashed the nape of their neck to me. A little vampire humor for you there. Oh, we have fun here, right guys? Please don't unsubscribe. Okay, you ready? There she is! The infamous Bloodhound step, but even better. It goes so hard because not only can you dodge boss attacks with it, you can follow up with your own flip, which just makes it look so badass. Now I know about this, we're gonna get some flashy kills later on. As daylight approached, I found myself in the darkness of the catacombs, lined with the tombs of my kin, each stone holding the memory of a once proud vampire race. My role as King of Darkness was forgotten. It was time to strike fear into their hearts once again by facing the putrescent night. Can we get a 360? Oh my god! Mom, get the camera! Hey, if I was in your shoes, I'd expect a cool fight with that build-up. But yeah, putrescent night. I don't see this guy giving us any troubles. In before he locks in and just gives us the hardest fight of our lives. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I thought that would go. But here's where I discovered a betrayal. Through the fog of the abyssal woods lay a mansion. Burnt vampire corpses to ward off all who approach. Where madness had consumed one of our own. By the name of Midra.
I am a soldier. You're a joke. You're a shallow criminal who somehow wormed your way into Dracula's circle 100 years ago. And then, he sent you all the way out here, to the city he'd already burned. How useful did he really think you were? I'm a clever soldier. I'm a committed soldier. I'm a fucking vampire. I lie and I cheat because lying to pigs is meaningless. I'm hungry. I take everything anybody has, every last fucking drop, and then I hunt for more. I am not a criminal. I am fucking perfect.
Having the ability to adapt and change your fight style for different bosses is game-breaking. A boss like Romana with low poise was just another victim for Savage Claws. Romana moves around a bunch, so I'm not sure how many attacks I'll be able to pull off, but I think if I stay as aggressive as possible, this should work. I hope. I also keep on forgetting to activate my Great Rune, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, she's already at half health. And there's phase 2. And that's the stagger. And that's game. This build is so stupid, but so fun. And as we're having such a blast, I decided to claw my way through some base game enemies. You get it? Because not only do we have claws, but Malekith's also a beast with claws. I should probably get checked for autism. Speaking of special, did you know that's exactly how you'd make me feel if you hit subscribe? I upload sometimes, I guess. And let's face it, if you've made it this far, you're probably just like me. It's not the worst Phase 1 I've ever seen. We're coming from the DLCs, so we are super over-leveled. And I think that shows with just how much we're doing with a light attack. Dodge that. Oh, with the stun and a bleed too. We've absolutely cooked him. That might just be my cleanest Malekith fight of all time. That itched my brain in such a nice way.
Destined death. To kill what?
Now, something I haven't shown much of this run is the incantations. That's where Gideon comes in. Looking back at my notes for this fight, I wrote, and this is no joke by the way, the only thing I had written down, bonk, 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 bonk. They call me a lyrical genius. I know. That sums up the entire fight. So let's get into a real boss by the name...
Upon my name as Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Yes, excellent. I haven't had this much fun in ages. What did you say your name was?
I do love me a peak fight, baby. Defeating Godfrey awoke my bloodlust for humans. As fate would have it, the next individuals I encountered were Leda and her allies. Coming into this fight, I already had a slight hunch on how it would go. If we can melt bosses with high poise, the ones who stagger often are more cooked than KSI's hairline.
I know my forehead. I know I got.
My opponents are hanging on for dear life, just like the hair molecules on his head. This is a prime example of when you think you're walking in to challenge a boss, but you're actually the boss itself. It was a 3v1, but they stood no chance from the start.
I'm sorry for speaking to you as a compatriot. Kindly, Miquella, make the world a gentler place.
Leda had unwavering faith in Miquella, but I'm determined to shatter all hope. Thus I set out to face the promised one.
The vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
There was a misinput, calm down! You calm the fuck down! There was a misinput!
I tried getting fancy with it, instantly shut down. We go again. Here I am going for the money shot, trying to get those sweet cinematics, combining my swarm of flies, Reduvia and claw attacks. But Radahn ain't no joke. He says while getting a massive bleed.
Oh my god, he's been nerfed and you didn't one-shot him?
I know I'm washed. I can see the Unk status comments coming in already. Almost poked him. Okay, now we lock in. The real fight begins. Nice, good RNG move. He didn't T-pose me off rip. Always nice when he doesn't start with that. Ah, speak of the devil. Always good when he does it towards the edge though. When he's edging you like this, you can just spam LT while he's coming down with the Reduvia. For that absolute huge bleed. And we are dancing with him. This is how I expected the first run to go with no warm-up. But I learned real fast. Ow. Okay, I'm hoping this doesn't backfire. We're gonna go for the Ash of War finisher. One more hit, boys. Come on. One more hit, boys. Come on. There she is. My guy was holding on at the end there. GG's. There was only one road left to follow. Where I take the throne and become Elden Lord.
It happened an age ago. But when I recall, I see it true. On a night of wintry fog, the rune of death was stolen, and the demigods began to fall. Starting with Godwyn the Golden. Queen Marika was driven to the brink. The shattering ensued, a war that wrought only darkness. The Elden Ring was broken. But by whom? And why?
Make of thyselves that which ye desire. Be it a lord, be it a god. But should ye fail to become aught at all, ye will be forsaken, amounting only to sacrifices.
Graceless, tarnished. Willful traitors. All. Thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition.